Instead, he jumps up and tips the pass. It's a great play.
It's third down. They just converted a 3rd and 7. This one's 3rd and 8 and not in field goal range yet for Mitch Jeter. Short set by Leonard and the pass incomplete.
Pressure.
Intended for Evans. A.J. Harris, the transfer from Georgia, who's had an excellent first season at Penn State with blanket coverage. And the punt team comes on for Notre Dame. And of course, you always have to be alert for a fake when their special teams units are out there. They've executed 2 successful fake punts this season and 1 fake field goal. James Rendell from Melbourne, Australia is the punter. Zion Tracy back deep at his own 9-yard line. Tracy makes the fair catch at the 2.
Tackle next to him for the better part of a month.
He had to take an RV down here for the game. Couldn't fly because of blood clots. Wanted to be here to support his teammates. Allen, the ball carrier again. They have so many players who played so many games. Saw the game totals played by Mills. The trio you highlighted in the open of Watts, Tizer, and Cross have combined now for 187 career games. A lot of experience on that defense, but some of that's gone out the window with injuries. And young people have stepped in and stepped in well. On 3rd down and 2, Allen, nice cut, got the first down. Looked like they might stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Then he made a move to his right, got 5, and Donovan Heinisch made the tackle.
And just a great job by the offensive line, in particular left guard Ioane, just pushing out number 4, Jaden Ausberry, to the outside.
And the pass incomplete, intended for Harrison Wallace III.
This offensive line is really the straw that stirs the drink for this Penn State offense. Andy Kotelnicki, when we talked to him just the other day, said that they seem to be peaking along the offensive line, especially in the run game down the stretch. Since that Ohio State loss, they have really committed to the run, and that group up front has really responded in a positive way.
The toss to Katron Allen. And he got ripped down by Drake Bowen, the big middle linebacker, 240-pounder from St. John, Indiana. 5-yard gain and another Penn State 3rd down as we're more than midway through this first quarter, no score.
And these are the down and distances that you love if you are an offensive coordinator, because at 3rd and 5 with the mobility that Drew Aller has, you can throw it or you can run it. When Aller runs, he gets north and south quickly. It can eat up space in a hurry.
Well protected, and the pass broken up, intended for Wallace, and Jordan Clark knocked it down. The transfer from Arizona State, who's had an excellent first season for the Irish, playing in their secondary.
And I think both coordinators on offense were curious just how much the defensive backs were going to be able to get away with. And here in the early going, it's pretty obvious that this officiating crew from the Big 12, they're going to allow them to be physical on the perimeter, which is exactly how it should be played in the semifinal setting.
Riley Thompson, like Rendell, the Notre Dame punter, an Australian. Great coverage. Perlman hit immediately on the catch by Zion Tracy. No score. Jadarian Price is in at running back now in the second Notre Dame possession. Pressure from Abdul Carter, and it caused an errant throw by Riley Leonard.
And Carter, it's the left shoulder that's giving him fits. If you line him up on the quarterback's right side, that means the closest shoulder to contact is actually the right shoulder. So we might see him a little bit more on this side throughout the course of the game. So that left shoulder doesn't have much of an impact, but a nice rush there to force the errant throw.
Went around the right tackle, Emil Wagner. Notre Dame offensive line that was not experienced to start the year. They've gotten better as the season's gone along. Play clock down to 2. Leonard with an option look. elected to keep it. He got tackled by Keziah Izzard. A gain of 3. Here's Katie George.
Yeah, Sean, Abdul Carter practiced this week. They weren't overly physical with him, though, so coaches want to see how he holds up as he continues to make contact. The test and images came back clean, but there's still a lot of discomfort in his left shoulder, so it's all about managing the pain and playing through it. So far, so good, Sean.
Indeed, Katie, thank you. He's number 2 overall on Mel Kiper's big board with an eye toward the upcoming draft, behind only Travis Hunter, the Heisman Trophy award winner. There are flags down for some movement along the line of scrimmage.
False start, number 54, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Anthony Knapp, the freshman left tackle out of Roswell, Georgia.
And with all the movement there by Penn State, just leans back in his stance ever so slightly, and that's going to draw the foul. And 3rd and long for Notre Dame has been a down and distance of terror for them all season long. They're the worst in the Power 4, converting less than 15% of 3rd and 7+, so they have to avoid it against an elite pass rush led by Abdul Carter.
They're not a great down the field passing team, as you said. Wide receiver by committee. And the high throws intercepted. Picked off by Zaki Wheatley. The 7th interception, and over fellow All-American Xavier Watts for a 13-yard gain.
And they finally get Warren started in the second blitz now that Penn State is hit for a big play.
Nicholas Singleton, as they go with tempo, they intersperse the up-tempo pace. Every now and then a 4-yard gain. Jalen Sneed made the tackle, and Penn State's lining up quickly again.
This tempo, when you change it up, it just makes the defense feel so uncomfortable pre-snap.
Aller for Warren, and just over his head. Jaden Osbury had the coverage. Job one tonight, Al Golden said, is to deal with Warren. In motion this time. They sent Singleton in motion. He got the ball and got the first down to the Irish 29-yard line. A 9-yard gain on 4th down and 2.
And look how many defenders are on this side of the center. Why? Because that's the tendency from Penn State. They love running behind the left side of their offensive line. This is Andy Kotelnicki, the offensive coordinator, acknowledging a tendency and then breaking that tendency in a massive game. That's a great call and nice execution for the conversion.
First year at Penn State for Kotelnicki, 43-year-old Minnesota native. A juggle by Katron Allen. He got it back and made his way for 6 yards.
That was awkward for a minute. They had that bobbled exchange against Boise State that squandered the early domination, and that time wasn't the exchange. It was really just Allen, as he was trying to secure it in his right arm. It almost got away from him.
Allen 25 yards rushing. Tonight he's just moved past Matt Suhey for 12th all-time in career rushing yards at Penn State. It's 2,819. Aller on 2nd and 3. On the run, good throw. And a first down. The catch made by Luke Reynolds, who they think is going to be the next great tight end, a true freshman from Westford, Massachusetts, a 7-yard gain.
And that's what's so difficult about defending this Penn State offense. They really have 3 tight ends that can be impactful in the passing game. Warren, we all know, but Dinkins and Reynolds can also be very effective here in the red zone.
And they're in the red zone with a first down at the Notre Dame 15. They put Warren, who was a high school quarterback, in the gun. It's Singleton again. Jack Kaiser and Howard crossed there. And Greg, one thing that stands out for me watching from the press box, this Penn State offensive line is pushing the Notre Dame defense back. And we haven't seen that in this playoff so far.
No, the size is just moving and reestablishing the line of scrimmage.
Aller to throw, and it's over the head of Singleton. He's an excellent receiver. 39 catches entering tonight, third on their team. Leonard Moore had the coverage.
Now inside the 10, an interesting decision for James Franklin. Probably talking to his offensive coordinator, thinking, hey, you get 3 yards here. It's a green light special. You're going to go for it on 4th down. They like to use analytics, but they're also probably seeing what you just referenced, Sean. This offensive line is getting movement along the front. So if you have them on their heels, lean in and give them 2 downs to get it here on 3rd and 4.
11th play of the drive. Trying to capitalize on the takeaway. Aller, back corner of the end zone with a flag down. It is picked off by Christian Gray, but there is a flag down.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 29, defense. This is to the goal, automatic first down.
Well, instead of an interception for Gray, it's a penalty that gives Penn State 1st and goal inside the 5.
And it's right at the point as Wallace is trying to release to the outside. Gray grabs that jersey, and it's an easy call for the official.
A huge penalty and a good call. And 1st and goal for the Nittany Lions from the 4. Katron Allen stood up at the 1-yard line and driven back. Viliamuasa leading the way for the Irish defense.
Can't imagine Andy Kotelnicki trying to do anything too creative down here. Now, he's known for his creativity, and he's always got a bunch of things in his bag of tricks, but with the movement they're getting up front, hand it to Tyler Allen, see if you run it.
For a minute they had Warren lined up like he was going to be the quarterback in the pistol. The handoff to Allen, and he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage by Joshua Burnham. And that's the end of the 1st quarter. No score, but Penn State is knocking on the door. This is the college football playoff semifinal, and this is the first year of the 12-team field. The other semifinal is tomorrow night, 7:30, the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic from icy and snowy Dallas. Ohio State and Texas, 4th meeting ever between these 2 programs. And Jeremiah Smith has led the way for Ohio State. They've been the best team in this playoff so far. 13 catches in their 2 wins against Tennessee and Oregon. And he's the one who got them off to the great start against the #1 team in the country, the previously undefeated Ducks, in the quarterfinal at the Rose Bowl. Well, Barker was not the kicker at the start of the year. He took over when Sanders Sahadak struggled, and he's been excellent. And that's a gimme from 20 yards out. So Penn State takes the lead in the opening seconds of the 2nd quarter after the first scoreless 1st quarter of an Orange Bowl since 2007 when Wake Forest battled Louisville. This season, All-State celebrating every field goal and extra point made by participating universities by making a donation to the university's general scholarship fund. Thank you, All-State. (3-0) Penn State. Riley Leonard and this offense for Notre Dame, Greg, they've really struggled for a while. They are still one of the top scoring teams in the country. They're averaging 38 points per game. That's 4th in the country, but just 27 against Indiana in the opening round win. 98 yards on 1 play by Love, and then 23 points in the semifinal against Georgia, but only 7 of those from the offense with a touchdown. They kicked 3 field goals and had a kickoff return for a touchdown. Looks like they're going to need to get more from their offense tonight if they're going to beat this very good Penn State team.
And it starts up front. I mean, they have to help out their tackles against Abdul Carter. So far, he has completely wrecked the game for the Irish offense, and they also need to find a way to get the run game going, because Riley Leonard dropping back to pass 40 times in this game is not a winning recipe.
Gabriel Wosu kicks off. And it's over the head of Jaden Harrison. Here's Molly McGrath on the Notre Dame sideline.
Well, Greg mentioned the run game. Running back Jeremiah Love moved really well during pregame warmups without that brace on his right knee. He told us pregame he planned to put it on last minute as a precaution, but said he feels really good, will do whatever his team needs to win, and he feels that he can still be explosive and make an impact. But his one rule tonight, no hurdling, which I'm sure his coaches appreciate, guys. They definitely need some momentum with their run game here.
5 times this season he's gone leaping over would-be tacklers. They actually aggravated that knee injury by doing that against Indiana in round 1. Jarian Price is in on first down, and he got smothered. Smith Vilbert, a backup defensive end. Part of that deep and talented defensive line, 50-year senior.
So much of the conversation is centered all week around whether or not Abdul Carter can go, and what's been lost is that they played 3 quarters against a great rushing football team in Boise State just a week and change ago, with mostly their depth, and those guys really stepped up, and Vilbert one of them.
They held Ashton Genty, the nation's leading rusher, to 104 yards, his lowest total of the year, and it took him 30 carries to get it. Lots of running room for Price, and he's down close to the first down. Going to mark him back at the 23. It'll be 3rd down and 2 after a 12-yard run for the junior from Denison, Texas.
And just an odd move there by Penn State, not on the same page. 2 defensive linemen moving in the same direction, and there's nobody there in the gap, which allowed Price plenty of room to make this 3rd and short.
Leonard always a threat to run on 3rd down. It's a design run for him. And he lunges and uses that 6'4" frame to pick up the first down. You know, he's an effective runner, and even he admitted he's not sure how he does it. You know, he's not the speediest guy. He doesn't have a lot of moves, but he's effective. Anthony Knapp, their left tackle, is injured. And there's a timeout. Still Arizona, playing in his 47th career game, but he hasn't played a lot. He's played 60 snaps all season. And only one since their Florida State game back in early November, and that was a kneel down on the last play of their win at USC in the regular season finale.
Reset the game clock to 13:23.
And what could be potentially significant is now that Baker is potentially in, knowing that Knapp is banged up, is just how good the edge rushers are. Denied Dennis Sutton now will be going against a backup, and he's got to be licking his chops.
As I mentioned earlier, Mike Denbrock said it's an offensive line that has improved. And one of the reasons why it has improved is it's basically been the same 5 guys from left to right. Knapp, Billy Schrouth, Pat Coogan the center, Rocco Spindler the right guard, and Emil Wagner. And they've developed a nice cohesiveness and just benefited from playing. Aeneas Williams, the running back, on 1st and 10. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter, 3-0 Penn State. Snap was a bit of a floater, and Leonard got it off to Chris Mitchell. Transfer from FIU, did not have a catch in their win against Georgia.
And these are things that Mike Denbrock can do to help that offensive line if they're struggling a little bit. Move the pocket, allow Riley Leonard to change the launch point. The pass rushers know where you're going to be. They can tee off, but if you're on the move, it's hard for them to guess pre-snap. So changing the launch point, something they're probably going to lean into moving forward.
They bring Carter from way outside to Leonard's left. He pursues Leonard from behind. It looks like Riley got the first down. Run down by Tony Rojas, sophomore linebacker from Fairfax, Virginia.
And everyone you talk to associated with Notre Dame program commends Riley Leonard for his toughness and his leadership. It was on display right there, lowering that right shoulder, picking up the extra yardage.
Jeremiah Love back in. He's had just 2 carries. And has now had just 16 carries in the 3 games in this playoff. Bothered by the flu against Indiana and the knee injury. They hand it off to him, and after a sputtering start, he crosses midfield and was upended by Zaki Wheatley after a 5-yard gain.
That run in particular right there put that right foot in the ground and tried to initiate a spin move, and you can tell Jeremiah Love very confident in that right knee, albeit maybe not at 100%.
They sent him out wide as they have a bunch of 4 receivers to the left of Riley Leonard. Design run for him. They tried to spread people out, give him some running room, and it didn't work. Wheatley again, as James Franklin said, has really made a name for himself in this college football playoff. A loss of 4.
Well, it looks good for quarterback draw when there's 5 in the box, but here's the problem. Wheatley's eyes are on Riley Leonard the whole time. He sees it and closes immediately. If you talk to Tom Allen, the defensive coordinator, he said there will not be a snap all night where a second-level defender will not have eyes on the quarterback. That was good execution there by the Penn State defense.
They'll have linebackers keeping their eyes on Leonard throughout, and secondary members. 3rd down and 10. Play clock running out, down to 1. And they just did get it off. It's a screen for Jaden Greathouse. And he stopped at the 49-yard line after a gain of 3, well short of the first down. And the punting team is about to come back on for Notre Dame.
And it's hard to drop back as a quarterback and be aggressive downfield when you're not trusting your protection entirely. So they're going to have to sort out the protection and start taking some shots downfield, because this stuff inside of 5 yards is not going to be effective against a group that's this talented defensively.
James Rendell to punt. Zion Tracy, fair catch this time at the 10-yard line. 41-yard punt. 3-0 Nittany Lions. We're in the 2nd quarter in Miami. Nittany Lions from their own 10. Drew Aller after the fake, a wheel route. Singleton was open and the ball's over his head. Jaden Osbury, the linebacker, trying to run with him.
That's now 2 missed throws by Drew Aller to the running back. Both might have been touchdowns, so that one would have gone for 90 yards. He's been so good throughout this playoff on downfield throws, but so far tonight, a little off the mark, with the exception of the 2 screens to start the game.
His accuracy much improved this year under Andy Kotelnicki. Become more of a running threat. He's become more of a vocal team leader as well. Here's Katron Allen spinning his way for a first down across the 30. They're going to mark it right at the 30 for a 20-yard pickup and a Penn State first down.
And I love so much how the center here, Dawkins, works to the next level.
Katron Allen, as they go quickly again, ducked ahead for 2. He's a junior from Norfolk, Virginia.
Thing that has been such a huge point of emphasis for Andy Kotelnicki in this offense is creating explosive plays. Now, they think explosive plays are big throws downfield. Not necessarily. Anything that goes for 10 yards or more on the ground is also considered explosive. So they've done a great job improving in that area throughout the course of the season.
Tyler Warren again lines up. He was recruited as a quarterback by many schools, originally committed to Virginia Tech. And he runs for a first down. You talk about explosive plays. That's a 12-yard run. That's one of the biggest reasons Andy Kotelnicki was brought over from Kansas. James Franklin said we've been playing good offense in recent years, but we weren't explosive enough, so he did his study of coaches around the country, realized that Kotelnicki had a track record of producing explosive plays at Kansas. Before that at Buffalo. And now Warren was lined up to throw it. He stiff arms Osbury away, runs away from Heinisch, and almost has a first down. He might have it. They're going to mark him just about a yard short. Well, Marcus Freeman said he might be the best player at any position in the country. Hard to argue.
I'm not sure anybody could push back on that. Tremendous stiff arm by Osbury, and what looked like it was going to be a broken play. The AT&T connected cam shows that you're just out of bounds before the first down. Now might give your offense a chance to take a shot here downfield.
Warren, the first Penn State tight end to win the Mackey Award as the best tight end of the country. He has 99 catches this season, a single season Penn State record. He can run, he can throw. Singleton runs for a first down. We talked at the top about all the weapons they have, and Andy Kotelnicki's using all of them.
He's got this defense on skates right now. They have no answer for the perimeter run game.
Just barely getting lined up as Penn State snapped the ball. All kinds of time and room for Aller. And he runs out of bounds. He's a junior. He said about a month ago he intends to come back next year. But with his play of late, NFL people paying more attention. And when we revisited that with him in our Zoom call yesterday, he said that's something he's going to think about when the year's over. Focused on trying to win a national title, and then he'll decide what's next. But he did not commit to definitely staying, nor did he say I'm definitely leaving.
And at 20 years old, I mean, he's got all the tools you could want in a potential franchise quarterback.
6'5", 236 pounds. Katron Allen to the 24 and a first down. It's a Notre Dame defense on its heels, something Irish fans have not seen much of this season. And the pace seems to be bothering them as well. Allen tackled at the 19-yard line by Rod Hurd, the transfer from Northwestern.
You have to wonder, this Notre Dame defense has played so beautifully, but you have to wonder if the size is finally starting to wear down Al Golden's front. Without Riley Mills in the middle, they're undersized along the defensive line.
Allen could not break the tackle. This is a very good Notre Dame tackling team, as are the Nittany Lions. That was Jalen Sneed, a junior from Hilton Head, South Carolina. And here's 3rd down and 5. Without Riley Mills. They played very well against Georgia without him. Held the SEC champs to 278 total yards. Under 5 minutes to go in the half. They run away from a blitz, and it's Singleton taken down about 2 yards short of the first down, and a decision to make for James Franklin. He does use analytics heavily, but he says not always. And he's going to go for this first down on 4th and 2.
And I like the call, especially with how the offensive line has played so far and the movement they're getting up front. I like handing it right now to Katron Allen, or using Tyler Warren in some type of wildcat quarterback situation.
1 for 1 on 4th down tonight. Quick throw to Warren and a first down. And again, the creativity and the variety from Andy Kotelnicki.
And a great block, too, by Julian Fleming, number 3. He's engaged with Xavier Watts, the All-American. He has the key block at the point of the bunch. And Warren falls forward as a result of that great effort by his wideout.
His 100th catch of the season. 1st and 10, they're at the 12. Aller 5 out of 13 for 53. Singleton lost his helmet. Yes, he got taken down at the 7. A 5-yard pickup for the junior from Shillington, Pennsylvania.
Big collision there as Howard Cross comes in from the left-hand side and knocks that helmet free. And this perimeter run game, this athletic Notre Dame defensive front is moving so much laterally, it's allowing these running backs to put their foot in the ground and go vertical. And so far, Notre Dame has no answer.
14th play of the drive. They've had the ball for more than 6 minutes. Katron Allen ran into Jack Kaiser at the 5-yard line. Rod Hurd there as well.
Shown that up inside run a couple times. You got to be kind of thinking in the back of your head, alert for the bootleg, alert for the fake handoff, boot Aller out to the right-hand side and see if he can catch a guy in the flat. So keep your head on a swivel if you're Notre Dame defensively.
So many options for this Penn State offense. Just 1 out of 6 on 3rd down. They gave it to Singleton, the motion man. Touched Penn State.
And a terrific effort by Singleton. Is he up all the way as the ball crosses the plane? Looks like he is. Just a terrific drive from Penn State. 15 plays, 90.